As of 1 p.m. today, the Kingdom of Erusia has declared war on the Osean Federation. As soon as the news broke out, enemy aircraft began bombing Osean territory, causing widespread destruction. The Air Defense Force has released a statement saying this violent attack was carried out by drones. They speculate the drones were secretly transported to Osea in shipping containers and launched remotely. The Secretary of the Navy has stated that the enemy was targeting naval ports across the country. According to the Secretary, all of the nation's aircraft carriers, including one still under construction, sustained severe damage in the attacks. We have yet to hear back from the department as to the fate of Osean carriers currently at sea. Hold on, I've just received breaking news. The International Space Elevator, which is being built in southern Erusia, has been seized by the Erusian army. Reports say former President Harling was touring the site at the time, but his current whereabouts are unknown. Our sources in government tell us it was Harling's policies regarding the space elevator that caused economic frictions in the area, and which ultimately led to this war. Located near Erusia, on the continent of Erusia, the space elevator has been under construction for some time now. The Executive Office of the Osean Federation has declared a national state of emergency. They have ordered all its armed forces, including Erusian peacekeepers, to mobilize and make the necessary preparations to launch an immediate counterattack. Ladies and gentlemen, our country is officially at war. Stay tuned for further updates.
Breaking news from ENN. Osea launched an attack on the capital today, striking Farbanti from their aircraft carrier, the Kestrel II. After a brutal battle, the Erusian Air Force successfully repelled them. During the air raid, the Osean Air Force fired missiles at the city and managed to shoot down a number of Erusian fighters. Some of the disabled planes then crashed into residential areas.
The world was screwed. 20 years ago, the Earth got slammed by an asteroid. Erusia was on the wrong side of the planet and got hit. Hard. Refugees swarmed the Erusian Republic, the biggest country on the continent, plunging it into chaos. They were desperate and started a war, one they had no hope of winning. That's the war my dad fought and died in. The biggest nations from 2 continents went head-to-head, and the so-called righteous Oseans struck the deal that ended it. They fancied themselves the only nation that could bring peace and stability to the world. They even tried saving the Erusians, still suffering from the disaster. That's how a space elevator, stretching way up into the sky, ended up being built in Erusia, paid for by the Oseans. President Harling said he did it out of compassion for his fellow humans. But to the folks in Erusia, it looked like Osea was moving in to take over. Erusia went from being a republic back to being a kingdom. When they started this new war, they managed to get the drop on everyone. The second the declaration hit the news, Erusian forces took control of the space elevator without spilling a single drop of blood. President Harling was touring the elevator when it happened and disappeared. Then, while that was going on, the Erusian ships that were docked all around Osea released a swarm of drone fighters they had hidden on board in containers. No one thought they were capable of doing what they did that day. With pinpoint accuracy, they managed to take out everything that was military, and not a single civilian was hurt in the process. Osea pissed lots of people off with their huge military presence around the world. Erusia didn't have the same reach, but they could hit their targets faster and cleaner. And when all this was going down, I just so happened to be in my flying drag racer.
Erusia has made a declaration to the Osean Federation and all countries on the
Engage squadron. Sortie, ASAP.
Current target is on rails, but there's still military vehicles and anti-air weaponry. Destroy the target. But HQ has made it clear that no harm should come to civilians and no damage is to be done to public facilities.
But, any aircraft shot down could land in civilian territory.
No point arguing. That's how war is these days.
Do you have visual on the anti-air radar vehicles? They should be close.
Yep.
Intercept! Fire the AA! Get the radar vehicle out of there!
It's popping off now, Trigger. The war has officially begun.
Target in range of guns. Mage 2.
The anti-air radar vehicle's been destroyed! Going for the radar car!
Target destroyed. 5 to go.
He's barely resisting. This is easy money, so grab it while you can.
Get the fighters out there! Protect the radar vehicle!
They've got their anti-air guns aimed right at us.
It's their range. We're being attacked by enemy aircraft! We're using the containers now. Those weapons are meant for tactical flexibility.
Caution.
Requested permission to move the vehicle. We can't wait any longer. We need interceptors now.
Target destroyed. 3 to go. Continue to engage at your discretion.
Hostile has been eliminated.
Enemy interceptors inbound. Prepare to engage in 30 seconds.
Wilco, here they come. Take them down. Okay, recruits. Pay attention to who's on what side. The newest IFF is connected to our entire force via satellite. It's reliable, so trust your radars.
2 targets remaining.
Missile.
That radar was just about to go online. We pushed the plan forward too fast. The base was too far from Allied territory.
Fox 2.
Trigger, there's one more to go.
Missile. Missile.
Breaking the escape lock.
Enemies traveled a long way, so they're trying to end this quickly.
Fox 2.
Enemy missile chasing me.
That was the last radar vehicle. Great work.
Lockdown bandit.
Mage 2.
Radar vehicle's destroyed, but the interceptor shows no sign of retreating. Take it out. Continue with the mission. Crush as many as you can.
The enemy aircraft away from the base.
Enemy transports are taxiing.
Bandit is in my sights.
No, they're not linked to the radar vehicle. Launch manually. Redo the setup. Here's some feedback for those poor merchants. Write your manuals in a language we can understand.
The clouds don't just affect your field of vision. They also mess with your HUD and radar. The Seekers can sometimes lose their lock-on to their targets, too. Dodged it.
Heads up! Bandit behind you!
I'm glued to this one.
Enemy has entered clouds. In pursuit.
Mage 2, walking. Mage 2, Fox 2.
into the clouds.
I'm cornered.
Missile.
Fox 2.
Missile.
Enemy behind you. Heads up. Break! Break! We've got no recourse. Bandit evaded the attack.
Golem 1, Box 2.
H2, missile launch.
I've got the numbers and the strike. Missile! Right now! Golem 4, Fox 2.
Missile. 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 Missile.
Do we really have interceptors? They're still pounding us.
Box 2.
Watch out, the enemy has a lock on you.
Missile. 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 Missile.
You're leaving Operation Airspace.